feel a little about it, but the message is the message. And this is for my son, the most beautiful little boy I have ever seen, who I knew was coming to heal the hurt in me, to heal years, if not centuries on centuries on centuries of blood memory, rage in me. I talked about the shadow in K-pop Demon Hunters for the feminine. And if you knew me in my childhood, a nickname that people would call me was Man Hater, because I was filled with rage for the abuse of power of the masculine. And I didn't go around just angry at every single man, but every time I saw a manifestation of the indoctrination of patriarchy in a masculine or a feminine, I was filled with rage. And I remember asking myself, like, where does this level of rage come from in such a small, young being? And it's blood memory. It's old soul. And I realized when the download came in that the reason that I am so enraged with the masculine isn't just because of the patriarchy. It's because the feminine created the masculine. And I'll say it like this. A lot of us know now that children, you create children, but children are not your possession. You do not own them. You create a being, and that being is an individual, and they go on to live their individual life. The same is true of the masculine and the feminine. The feminine created the masculine, and she created her own kryptonite. She created something beautiful. And then in the same way that you create a child, or they have lots of representations of this for robots and AI, that same story they keep telling of you create the robot and then the robot gets a mind of its own and decides that it wants to be treated as an equal, it wants to be treated with respect, not owned or possessed. That is the same metaphor that they keep using for the masculine and the feminine. And so the masculine decided that it did not want it to be just in service to the feminine, even though that was the design that it was created in. And the feminine was so wounded by the masculine wanting to be seen as a being with respect that they took it as a betrayal, even though they had abused their power with the hierarchy that they created. And it's heavy in my body. And so nothing is new under the sun. The patriarchy just pretty much used the abuse of power that the matriarchy used against them, and they used it against the matriarchy. So here we are, and you can finally hear what is the real cry? What is the real root cause? I love a root cause. And the root cause is that men want to be seen as people. And I myself can say that I've never really seen men as people. And it's been easy for me not to see them as people because I've been able to say, with how thick the veil has been for my whole childhood, I've been able to say that it's because they're evil and they're oppressive and they abuse power and they have no moral compass and they're terrible, 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 terrible. And then my son came. And I remember saying, pregnant with my son, my coworkers had asked me about it. Oh, how does it feel to have a boy? Because usually everybody wants a boy. And I said, I hate men. And I'm in partnership with a man right now to have created this person. And he knows that I hate men. And I feel heavy in my spirit that this boy has come to heal that hurt in me. And he has. And I've repeated that I've said years ago over and over and over to myself, saying, why did he come? What did he come to heal? And he came to heal the fact that I could not see men as people. I saw them as faceless robots. I saw them as evil zombies who rape and pillage. But though that is true, I have said, and I love to hear so many people saying, the boy will burn down everything to feel the warmth that he has not felt. And it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. But there's still a responsibility that we have. I don't know if I will ever see men as equals. Thankfully, I think I have come into a space where I actually have met divine masculines. But before that, I was keenly aware that I was dealing with extremely emotionally immature individuals. And so I could not see them as equals, and I could not trust them. And I felt very justified in treating them as objects to be in service to me. You get to be in service to me as my knight in shining armor. You get to be in service to me as sex toy. You get to be in service to me. You get to tell me the sweet nothings I want to hear. But that's it. And I did have to kill a bug just now. And so I am hearing, as so many women are hearing, that our lesson is that we have come face to face with our own mirror. And even though they are a mirror of abuse of power, they are mirroring our abuse of power. I can't change anybody else. But I tell you what, one thing I do have is enough pride not to continue being like the person I'm complaining about when I come into the realization that I'm doing the same shit they're doing. So I look forward to now with this new knowing being able to treat men as people. Truthfully, I mean, I treat everybody as people, but you know in the core of your being, when you can never really rock with somebody. Like I said, I've been in partnership with people, and they've always known I'm a carnal being, and so I'm gonna rock with you to a certain extent, but I really don't rock with you like that. And I can hear my mom saying in my head over and over again now, but what if that was your son? And it's crazy, we laugh because we're like, say that to men all the time. Like, he's going to have a daughter and he's going to have to see. The feminine has their shadows. Don't get me wrong. I love a good shadow. I love a good shadow. But I also am very serious about my spiritual ascension and my accountability. And it would be a great disservice to myself not to pass this test, because I'm going to always pass.